Now, over in Asia, mainland Chinese markets saw gains on the first trading day of March after soaring in February, with the Shanghai Composite seeing its largest monthly increase in almost 4 years. The Shanghai Composite advanced 1.8% to close at 2,994 points, while the Shenzhen Component rose 1.503% to finish its trading week at 9,167.65 points. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index edged up 0.45% in its final hour of trading. Elsewhere in Asia, the Nikkei 225 in Japan spiked 1.02% to close at 21,602.69 points, and the Topix added 0.5% to finish its trading day at 1,615.72 points. In Australia, the ASX 200 advanced 0.38% to close at 6,192.70 points, with most sectors seeing gains. Now, U.S. stock index futures were higher Friday morning after official data showed stronger than anticipated economic growth in the world's largest economy. At around 6 a.m. Eastern Time, Dow futures indicated a positive open of more than 150 points. Futures on the S&P 500 and Nasdaq Composite were both seen higher. The moves in the pre-market followed better than expected U.S. economic growth in the final 3 months of 2018. GDP rose 2.9% for the year, just shy of the Trump administration's 3% target. Now, market focus is also largely attuned to the U.S.-China trade development amid mixed messages about the progress of talks between Washington and Beijing. Market participants are likely to closely monitor a fresh batch of economic data on Friday. Personal income, consumer spending, and core PCE figures for the December and January will be released at around 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Manufacturing PMI, ISM manufacturing, and consumer sentiment data are all expected to follow later in the session. Now, away from the market, Zimbabwe's government has a trust problem as it introduces a discounted currency in a bid to reverse chronic cash shortages that left people struggling to get hold of basic goods. Now, business people and economists welcomed last weekend's decision to abandon an unrealistic dollar peg for the country's surrogate bond notes and electronic dollars, which were merged into a new currency called real-time gross settlement dollar.
Business people and economists have expressed doubt about whether the Zimbabwean government has the fiscal and monetary discipline to stick to its commitment to lower the budget deficit and keep inflation in check. Last week, the country made a decision to abandon an unrealistic dollar peg for the country's surrogate bond notes and electronic dollars, which were merged into a new currency called the real-time gross settlement dollar. Godfrey Chinani sells car parts at his shop in downtown Harare. He is worried that customers will no longer be able to afford the car parts.
We started, it was that dollarization era, and we were using the multi-currency, mostly the rand and the US dollar. The business was flowing much better because, you know, our market, their salaries were in Forex as well. They got rands, they got US dollars, and then we had there was no need to make any calculations what. People just came and buy, and then we used the Forex to go and order our stuff because we get most of these items from South Africa.
Residents of the capital, Harare, now wait outside banks for hours to withdraw a maximum of around $30 in surrogate money or collect remittances from relatives abroad. Finance Minister Mthuli Ncube last week pledged to contain public spending and reiterated the importance of the independence of the central bank. Yet, investors and Zimbabweans remain concerned that should Mnangagwa's government come under political or military pressure, it may revert to the tricks of the past. Zimbabwe ditched its own currency for the US dollar and other currencies in 2009 after hyperinflation reached 500 billion% the previous year. But as the chronic hard currency shortage worsened, it introduced a parallel system of bond notes and electronic dollars, nicknamed Zollars. The substitute currencies were pegged at 1:1 to the US dollar, but traded at a discount on the black market.
Is, the people, they are getting RTGS as their salaries. They are getting the bond. And when we convert it to rand and US dollar, it's nothing. So it has really affected us because people have less disposable income.
A key test for the RTGS dollars comes on Monday, when many Zimbabwean banks will buy and sell RTGS dollars on the interbank market for the first time. Some large firms will also be able to buy foreign currency from banks, but it is not clear how much or on what terms.
Well, according to court records, Mozambique has filed a case against Credit Suisse in London's High Court. However, details of the case have not yet been established. Credit Suisse is one of the lenders that helped arrange $2 billion in government-guaranteed loans that tipped Mozambique into a debt crisis that it is still struggling to recover from. Well, Royal Dutch Shell plc says it has been informed that the Dutch Public Prosecutor's Office is preparing to prosecute it for criminal charges related to its 2011 purchase of a Nigerian oil field. Italy's Eni SPA and Shell bought the OPL 245 offshore field for about $1.3 billion in a deal that hatched one of the industry's largest corruption scandals. It is alleged that about $1.1 billion of the total was siphoned to agents and middlemen. Well, oil prices were high in early trade on Friday as markets tightened amid output cuts by OPEC. Now, international Brent crude futures were at $66.59 a barrel, up 28 cents, while U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude oil futures were at $57.41 per barrel, up 19 cents from their last settlement. Analysts say that the global markets appear tighter than many anticipated for this time of the year, but scores of unsold barrels could pile up quickly and saturate the regions. While the Nigerian Stock Exchange seems upbeat at the start of the new month, we'll bring you a feeler of the buzz after this timeout. Do stay with us.